Can you talk about how your theories apply in the age of social media? And I think about symmetrical, your symmetrical model, for instance.
That's very interesting. I just saw a blog in some place in the UK this last week that said the Grunig theories need to be reevaluated now in the age of social media. And I thought, I looked at that and I said, no, they're more applicable now than they ever were. In fact, what digital media, digital media in a broad sense, I think digital media are broader than social media, but they've made the symmetrical model inevitable, in my opinion. I just don't see how any organization can try to communicate with publics without listening, without engaging in dialogue, without trying to understand how they see their interest when organizations make decisions and behave in certain ways. Because there was what I called the illusion of control before, that public relations people and organizations, and in general the organizations they worked for, seemed to believe they could control the message that would go into publics, and that would control the way they thought about their organization. I never really did think that was true. People were able to talk to each other and they got information from different sources. They weren't restricted to media or to advertising or what else. They had their own experiences. They talked to other people. They read other sources of information. But it's now the digital media just makes it much easier to do that. So if you want information about a product, for example, I'm at the age now where I use a lot of medical problems, medical products, and I don't take anything without doing an internet search first. And the site I'm least likely to trust is the one that's coming from the pharmaceutical company. Same way I wouldn't buy a dehumidifier for my basement without seeing whether people say it breaks down after a year. So the control has, I think control was always in the hands of people, individuals and publics. But now it is much more in their hands because you just can go anywhere to get information, and you're not restricted to what organizations choose to make available for you. And so this symmetrical model basically is a model of dialogue, and it's a model of looking out both for the interest of your organization and for the publics that are affected by the organization. And it's much easier for an organization to find out how publics are affected because they can simply go online and do searches and read blogs and find out what people are saying about how decisions are affecting them. So I think that the new media make it very interesting to practice public relations, because I think it's going to be much easier to convince management that they have to be more open in communicating with publics, and that you really can't use the symbolic interpretive approach to try to put out an interpretation that you want people to hear, because they'll easily get a different interpretation someplace else.